Hi beautiful souls, it's Sammy here with Deeply Guided. Hope everyone is doing well today, and I want to do this video on sort of why I microdose, and this is a perfect example. So I microdosed this morning. It was a little bit higher than usual, and what it's allowed me to do is to see things that have happened to me with a different perspective, whereas it's been very difficult, especially people that have been through what I've been through, so the traumas that I've suffered as a child. And I journaled it, and I thought, right, I feel like doing a video. I'm pulled and inspired to do a video because we look at our trauma, and when we've still not fully healed from it, we look at it from a mindset of why me, from that like victim mentality, like poor me, it happened to me, my life's in ruins, I'll never be able to forgive that person, or I'll never be able to let go, or I'll never be able to live some like normal life from what's happened, and whatever normal is. And anyway, I could feel myself, and it's interesting microdosing, because if you end up taking a little bit more, you do feel some of the effects. And for me, I feel my emotion come up. It's almost like you need to cry. It sort of gives you whatever you need. Whether you need sleep, it'll make you feel sleepy. Whether you need to be proactive and inspired, it'll give you that. Whether or not you need to cry, it'll bring something up, and I could feel something's coming up. So I thought, journal, it's, you know, so I was journaling, and I was writing down things that have triggered me recently, in terms of like babies being sort of left by the parents at a very young age, you know, giving them to like nursery very young for whatever reason, or putting them in a cot, in their own room in a cot when they're literally a few months old. And it really triggered me, because it was like, for me, that just sums up sort of abandonment and neglect, and that you're not loved, and that, you know, we're too busy for you, and you're someone else's problem. Anyway, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to journal about this. So I was journaling, and it brought up a lot of emotion, it brought up a lot of tears, and I just want to make sure I get the right part. Let me see. So it was saying, I put here, and I was sort of just doing it like what do people call it, like automatic writing, or just brain dumping. You just write whatever comes up. It's like, how do I feel about this? And I was put, you know, I feel heartbroken, and what world do we live in, to think that this is normal, acceptable, and a must for some parents. What are we teaching our children by doing that? We teach that they are unimportant, unloved, not wanted, discarded, you know, to somebody else, and for someone else to look after. And why can't their own mum and dad look after them? All this other stuff. She triggers me deeply because of what has happened to me. And I've put, you know, I'm really, really sad. I'm sad for other children. I'm sad for other parents. I'm sad the experiences. And I've put, all I wanted was my mum and dad to love me, care for me, show me kindness and compassion, respect me and my body, not touch me inappropriately, not abandon me, or use me for their own sick pleasures. I needed that love, the love I now have for my daughter, the way I, you know, treat her in this way. I wished I would have been treated, and it was bringing up a lot, and obviously I may get emotional now, and that's okay. But how strange to think this love I have for my daughter, would it be there in this way if it not for having the parents that I had, if it not for the way they treated me. And then straight away I was like, and again, I microdosed a few hours, a couple of hours ago, 2-3 hours ago, and I started to feel the waviness, and I was like, okay, I can feel this emotion, and I was just journaling all of this, and it gives me the space. That's one thing, it gives me space. Where was sertraline, it's sort of sertraline antidepressants, they numb. They don't really allow much room for true processing of emotions, or trapped trauma, or trapped energy. Whereas microdosing, a very small amount of of a sacred plant medicine which lights up the brain areas. You know, there's studies on this, the science is out there now that can prove this. It sort of lights up certain parts of the brain which in other normal states of consciousness are not active. It allows for you to process things a lot more effectively and efficiently. So anyway, I put on this compassion and empathy I have for myself, my daughter and others. Would it be there if it not for the traumatic experiences? And I remember hearing once people saying, when you see your trauma as a blessing, that's when you've really healed. And I sort of understood it, but I was like, how can I see that as a blessing? What my dad did to me and my mum and whoever else was there, and how can I see that as a blessing? But I get it now. I get it. The person I am today, the love that I have around me, the love that I have for my daughter, the love that I have for my partner, my twin flame who I've been with for nearly 15 years. Would I have all of this? Would I have even found mushrooms? Would I be the creative, talented artist I am today, doing my hyperrealism, and then I do other like paints and stencil art as well? Would I be this person if it not for that trauma? And it gets me thinking, gets me seeing things with a different perspective. It helps me to cultivate compassion for myself and for others. It's so beautiful. It is truly beautiful. And to think that taking a small amount of a mushroom, sprinkling it on my porridge of a morning can allow me to feel in a way that I feel safe. It's allowed me to process unresolved traumas, giving them new meaning, new perspective. It's allowed me to feel love as well, not to feel guilt or shame or to suppress how I'm feeling. It's given me that space and that cognitive awareness to process the trauma in a way I've never truly been able to. And this is truly a blessing and a gift, and I'm very grateful that I'm on this journey right now. I am grateful I have this pull and this want and this openness to share and put it publicly on social media in the hopes that it touches the hearts and souls and minds of other people that may be going through what I'm going through. But it was really beautiful to be able to journal that and to have that space and to think of it, you know, would I have had my daughter Alice and met obviously Andy, and in order to be the compassionate, nurturing, kind and conscious mum I am today, maybe that's what I had to go through. It's strange to think that, and it definitely puts things into a much different perspective. Still finding peace with my past is challenging at times. However, my future looks bright, and my present is an incredible blessing and more fulfilling than I have ever hoped, it to be. And then it just goes on to say, my daughter Alice, thank you for showing me every day how much I deserve your love, and the energy that vibrates all around us from the universe. I've put, I love you more than you could imagine. And I've put, thank you, magic mushrooms, for opening my heart and allowing true, deep and permanent healing to take place. I owe my life to your healing, love and wisdom. Yeah, so it's nice to be able to be at a place where I can look back at my trauma and think, if it didn't happen, would I be the person I am today? And then in a weird way, you're not necessarily forced, but you look at it with a sense of gratitude, because I wouldn't have all of this. And this is truly beautiful, and this is truly amazing. And I'm so incredibly blessed. Life is a blessing. Life is wonderful, and it should be wonderful. Yeah, we have our ups and downs, you know, we have our wars, we have our conflicts, internally, externally. All we've got is now, this present moment. And the past, unresolved shit and traumas from the past, they steal our joy from the now. Worrying, the anxieties and fears of worrying of the future because of what's happened in the past, it steals from the joy of the now. Psilocybin mushrooms, microdosing them, helps to bring you in the present moment and helps you to embrace the beauty and the love that is around you and that everybody deserves. So whoever is watching this, I love you. You are deserving of so much love and joy and happiness and peace in your life. You are loved. You are safe. You are protected. You are deeply guided. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.